Hey guys, Isashi desu. Today we are planning for Kingmaker session 19. I know we just did 18 last night, and turns out we're doing 19 tonight. So I gotta get going on this and get this planning done before the session tonight. So let's get started. First of all, we have our goals here. So in our document, we got the goals written down here. We have what they did last time, which you'll have to watch that one because it's an interesting ride. But today we'll be dealing with the interrogation of Adonis and Walks on Water's corpses, Chrysella's mom, and I think that's everything that we're going to get to today, because hopefully the party will meet Chrysella's dad, which would be an interesting experience. So let's get into this. First of all, speak to the corpses. This is going to be an interesting one because I'll have to read the exact verbiage on Speak with Dead, because they cut off Adonis's head and left his body in the Feywild. So I'm not exactly sure how this will work. You grant the semblance of life and intelligence to a corpse of your choice within range, allowing it to answer the questions you pose. The corpse must still have a mouth and can't be undead. So what counts as a corpse? I'd say a head works. Severed head. You know, just because it would be super creepy to just have a severed head start talking to you. Yeah. And then Walks on Water is... Her body is still usable for this pretty easily. So we don't have to worry about this. So, they can each ask 3 questions, if I remember correctly. 5 questions. Wow. Okay. So, it's a waste of time to come up with questions that they could ask. There's no way that you could cover the entire range of questions that your players might ask. It's so much more productive to write down what they know and what they'll lie about, because I'm pretty sure that the corpse doesn't have to answer truthfully. Cryptic or repetitive, it's under no compulsion to offer a truthful answer. So, the only way I can see them getting around this is if they disguise themselves as House Rothari soldiers, but then again, as he died, they were also disguised as House Rothari soldiers. So, no matter what, he's not gonna be happy with who he's talking to, unless maybe if they're smart enough to disguise themselves as the queen when they do this, he might answer truthfully. But everything else is going to be a straight up lie. I don't know how obvious I'm going to make that. It's kind of bad to lie to your players and not give them a chance to realize that, because then they just feel cheated when they figure it out. Yes, it's realistic, but at the same time, there's a difference between realism and fun. So we'll see how that goes. So basically, we are going to figure out what each of them know. Oh man, I messed that up. In Adonis's case, he knows that the queen and... Oh, I should have capitalized queen there. The queen and the archdeacon are, they're working with somebody else. They appear as a shadowy figure. So this is obviously Kage, or Cage. And he is using them to destabilize the region and so he can exert his influence now from the new hole in the lake, which was very nice of them. Previously, what would have had to happen was one of them would have had to open a gate to the Shadowfell. Now that doesn't need to happen because there's already one open. Thank you, Talent. You made this so much easier. So what they're basically trying to do is figure out a way to weaken the seals, which nobody really knows how. So the Archdeacon's going to be doing a lot of research. The Queen is going to be destabilizing the region or uniting it under a sympathetic ruler. So Adonis was that sympathetic ruler, so she's not happy that Adonis is dead at all. That's the basic rundown. However, Adonis doesn't know that he's being used to this extent. He just wanted to be king because it was his birthright. His dad was the king. He should have been the king. He thinks that the church was conspiring against his dad to put King Melchior on the throne. May or may not be correct. We don't really know that right now. So, he just wanted to be king. He knows that there are soldiers inhabiting the city. About 100. They are under orders to only protect the palace. His men don't care about the rest of the city at all. It could burn for all they care. They're just there to keep their lord, Adonis, alive. Now that that's gone, who's going to be in charge? Well, probably from last planning video, it's probably going to be Dorgon, his right-hand man. Or the Queen could try to take control. I don't know how well they would handle that. They respect Dorgon a lot because he's their commander. So we don't know who's going to be in charge yet. And it doesn't really matter for this part of the planning process. So he also knows that the Black Cloaks are a secret police employed by the church to keep the populace in check. They know that they're about to make a lot of unpopular decisions, and they need the Black Cloaks to keep the peace, disappear any troublemakers, make sure no rebellion happens. Now, Kestrel's actively working against this, and she's doing very well, but that doesn't matter. He doesn't know about that here. So I think as far as the questions that they'll ask here, this is about it. I'm trying to think of what he knows that would be important. He doesn't really know anything other than this that the party doesn't know. Oh, the key. They're going to ask what the key goes to. The key goes to his vault in... Where should it be? The Winselian Bank. Now, what's in the vault? I don't even know yet. We'll get back to that. If asked what's in it, he'll say treasure. Or riches. Because he's allowed to be cryptic. Now, Walks on Water. She's not gonna know as much. She knows that the Ringverein... Oh god, that's not how you spell it. Ringverein, yes, is working against the church and the Black Cloaks. She was trying to protect her allies in the Ringverein. Because the Black Cloaks and Adonis were going after the Ringverein's leaders, to curb organized crime in the city. But she didn't want her friends to be executed, so she was trying to get in with Adonis to maybe pardon them or something like that. She owns Cressella, and the party know this already. This is just for me to remember. She owns the Black Moon Company, so they are a international shipping company. Her heir, unknown. She doesn't know who's gonna take over. Oh man, is she involved in anything else other than this? They might ask who leads the Ring Grind. She knows that. Maybe they might ask who some of her friends are. Nah, look, you don't anticipate their questions, just write what they know. So, now we get to the main focus of this session, Cressella's mom. So, let's write down some information about Cressella's mom so that I don't have to keep looking it up. Boom. Boom. Alright. So... oh, man. I don't have her mom's name written down. Let me check in my message history here. I think if I asked her what her name was at some point. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Ah, Sienna. There we go. So her name? Sienna. She's human. And her class. So she was in a adventuring party of sorts. She used to be an adventurer, and so we got to figure out what class she was in that. I think that her adventuring party had like a dwarf, an elf, you know, your stereotypical adventuring party. What would she have been? Maybe the ranger. That sounds fun. She's the ranger. What kind of ranger? Because she was pretty high level before she retired. They were planeswalking. Oh, Horizon Walker would fit pretty well here. Not that that's important, it's just, I don't know, background knowledge, I guess. I don't think she'll ever fight where that will be important. I probably won't even make stats or anything for her. She's not really a combat character. Okay, so, used to be an adventurer. And then the rest, I know her backstory, I know what's going on. Basic summary is, they went to, her mom's party was in the elemental plane of air. They got trapped there. They ran into Cressella's dad, who said, hey, if you give me a champion for this big throwdown that's gonna happen in, several decades later, I'll get you guys out of here. So she agreed, and that's where Cressella comes from. But now it's time for him to collect. Yes, it's very creepy, but that's the way she wanted it. So that's what we'll do. So Cressella's dad. Not every backstory, well, in this case, this group, all of these groups' backstories are super edgy, so it fits right in, of course. This party loves edge. So, Cressella's dad. I've been thinking about this. What a good name for him would be. So, he's going to be a djinn. And I'm trying to think of good, like, air-related, names for him. And I think it's gonna be Kazo. So like this. She didn't give me his name, so I'm just gonna make it up. So Kazo comes from you know, Kaze, which means wind. Some nice trivia there. He's a djinn. So he owns a part of the elemental plane of air. So he's a big boy. He's a big deal. He's like a baron, I guess. So he owns like a fortress in the clouds. And what I think is happening is there's a rival Jin that wants to take his kingdom. So instead of going to war over it, they're like, okay, in 2 decades or 3 decades, we're going to meet each other, and you will have a champion, and I will have a champion, and they'll fight, and whoever wins gets the kingdom. So Carcella's dad ensured that Carcella learns how to be an adventurer through indirect influence. He didn't like directly manipulate her, the like stuff that happened around her, but he definitely had a hand in how she got to where she is. So he was challenged to a duel by another Jin for his kingdom. They decide to have champions duke it out instead. Fight it out instead. So Carcella is Kazo's champion, and there's going to be another champion. First of all, the other Jin. What's a good name? What about like Typho? No. Like Solrus, that sounds fine. Kind of like a sun walrus. And his champion is going to be a cloud giant named... Good cloud giant name. Trying to think of like different cloud names, like Cumulonimbus, all sorts of that kind of stuff. Stratus. Oh, Stratos is fine. Stratus is a little too on the nose. You gotta make it the other masculine ending. So we got Strato, and they're gonna fight basically. So Kazo wants Carcella and Strato to fight. He hopes that she wins. And this will be a very hard fight because it'll be one-on-one against a CR11 monster. So we'll see how that works. So let's get this arena set up first before we go any further. I like to handle the combat stuff first. So take a look at our battle maps here, and I want to find a map that is like a like a Coliseum. Do I have any good like extra planner? No. None. So instead, let's find a gladiator pit. Can't be too hard, right? I know that I have one in here. Oh, that would be a fun one. That's a clock tower. Ah, here we go. That would work really well. I like this. I like this one a lot. I'll use this one. So, in case you don't know how to align something to a grid, you slap it down in Roll20 here, go to the map layer, send this to the map layer, put it in the map layer, go all the way down, right click, go to advanced, align to grid, and then you have to draw on the original grid, not the Roll20 grid. Whoops. you drag a 3x3 square like that, and then you click Align to Grid. And it'll, hopefully, if you did well in drawing the square, it'll match it up exactly. If it doesn't, you can resize it. I think this is about a quarter, little quarter. Oh man, I was so close to being really good at estimation there. How's that? 2 and 1. There we go. I'm tempted to put a big box around here so that they can't see the forest. For the immersion, of course. So this box goes on the dynamic lighting layer, and it encompasses everything that I want the players to see. So they'll see a little bit of trees, but they won't see a lot of them. Unfortunately, the credit will be cut out, but... So, now, what it'll look like when there's a token in here. Let's get Chrysella in here. Oh, look how tiny she is. So if I press Control L, oh, let me turn on dynamic lighting first. That would help. So we want enforced line of sight so that they can't see beyond this box. We want only update on drop because that really helps with performance. Calculating lighting in real time is really slow. It can cause a lot of lag. And restrict movement. Make sure that the player can't just fly through a wall that you set up. Global illumination is good because we want that here. You almost never want that in a dungeon. So global illumination basically inverts the dynamic lighting, where instead of darkness by default, it's light by default. So that's what we want, because now when we press Control L with her token selected, we can see what the players will see. And you can do this with any token. You can press, I might actually make this box smaller. Come on, let me select the box. There we go. I might actually do this. Like that. There. Much better. So it's more focused now. Ideally, I would crop this and upload it like this, but you know, that's way too much work. So we got our arena set up. It's a little low res, but it'll do. The grid is a little weird right here, but that's fine. If I really cared about it, I would shrink the map down a little bit to the left, but that's fine. What I want here is I need to make a cloud giant, because that's what she's gonna fight. I'll go here. I keep all my tokens on this page because it helps me keep them organized and everything. Not really organized, but it helps when you're setting the default token to have them on all on one page. So there's only one place that you go. So I think I might already have a cloud giant uploaded in here. I do not. That's okay. I'll look for a cloud giant. There they are. Look at them. Nice. Oh, slap them in here. Pretty sure this is a huge creature. That's its size category. So that's a 3x3. a 2x2 is large. So, got this guy here. Now what you can do with Roll20 is, whoops, go into the compendium here, go to monsters, and then we find Cloud Giant, and we can just drag it in here. It'll create that. And there will be a little thing that appears here, we just delete that. Now we go here, there's Cloud Giant, character sheet already made, all filled out as well. It even has its spells in here, it's beautiful. Delete this old character sheet, we don't need it anymore. Now all we have to do is link up the tokens and give him some nice art. So we take our Cloud Giant, we stick him in here. So dragging from your gallery is infinitely better than re-uploading it every time, because every time you use the upload button, even if it's the same picture that you already have uploaded, it'll upload a copy. And that's a really easy way to inflate your Roll20 storage quota. So what I do is I keep all of my tokens, like my mouse guard, maneuver cards and everything, I keep them in my library just in case, so I don't have to re-upload them. So now we set up the token. Double click, make sure you assign it to its character sheet so that the macros work properly, like for initiative and stuff. And now you don't want to set these to HP, because that'll link, if you have duplicates of a creature, when you decrease the HP of one, it decreases the HP of all of them, which is not what we want. So we just manually input the values. 14 natural armor class, 200 HP. Boom, there we go. Edit, click on him, use selected token. Now what this will do is anytime we pull from the journal over here, it'll make a copy of this one. So go to our let's get this Zo's Arena. There we go. And in this case, I'll change its name to Strato. Yep. There we go. I think I should... You know, they probably won't meet any other Cloud Giants. Normally, if I wasn't in a hurry, I would do this the right way. Normally, I would make the character and then duplicate it and then name it to something unique, just so I have a generic version of it. But in this case, I don't think they'll ever see any other Cloud Giants in this campaign, and it makes it faster for me. So, Cressella versus Strato is going to be the name of the game tonight. It's going to be the big event. So this happens. So what happens? So what happens if she loses? Kazo loses his kingdom. Bad things happen. Very bad things happen. And it becomes furious, attempting to kill the party. But if Cressella wins, he will be overjoyed. Tell her how proud he is, and offer her maybe an estate. She probably won't take it, because I don't think she'll like her dad after she finds out what he did to make her, but they might take it. That would be very interesting. I won't really go into that anymore though. So this happens. However, the Gith attack. So what I think here is this isn't going to be a plot hook or anything. This is just going to be like a hint at a wider universe. I think the Githyanki are going to attack here for some unknown reason that I won't get into. Nobody will know why, except for Kazo. Of course, he'll say like, oh yeah, they've been raiding me and everything. We don't need to care about the reason, because this isn't a plot hook. The players won't know, I won't know. It's just to flesh out the world and give it a sense that there are moving parts. So see the Gith encounter. So in this case, this is going to be one of my standard combats where there's no special mechanics. It's just going to be a combat. So what I think would be cool, a cool set piece, is the Gith come in like these flying ships. And they have to like get up to the ships and then fight from ship to ship the Gith. Like fight the Gith from ship to ship. Which I think that would be pretty cool. So, what we can do here is, I think I have some airships around here. Yeah, I have some airship images like this. And if I put multiple of these around, then I could put a sky background and then put these on top of it. I think that would be very cool. So what I'll do is I'll open this with Photoshop, and I will cut out, basically I'll cut out the sky from the ship. Can I do this with the wand tool? Is the real question. I don't think so because of the complexity of the clouds. Yeah, there's no way. Okay, so first we're gonna make this a layer so that it's not locked and I can actually interact with it. And we're gonna do this the fun way. It doesn't have to be perfect because it's gonna be going on a sky background anyway. It just has to be good enough that it doesn't look bad. Now, you can add and subtract from your selections with the lasso tool. This is very hard to do with a mouse. But that's why I went through the middle here, so I can do it in chunks. Like this. And I don't think I have to really do this. I don't think they'll really even notice. I could, you know, like, a better way to go about this is to look online for a transparent airship image and use that and forego this tedium. But I really like this image and I think it's... Ooh, man, this requires a lot of concentration. Oh no, oh god, I messed it up, my hands are so shaky. Okay. And then we'll add this. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. Not like this is an art piece or anything, it's literally to illustrate a fleet of warships in the sky. I could draw boxes in the air and they wouldn't care. But I have high standards and I will be disappointed if I do that. I like having art for everything I do. I think it makes it more immersive and it makes me happy. So I do it. It's gotten me into trouble though. I can't have very... I have to draw my own battle maps for things I can't find pictures of, and I'm not that great at it. So you can tell when it's an original concept because it looks way worse than anything else that I have. I'm sure that there's an easier way to go about this. You know, what if I'm gonna save this because I already spent time on it. But what if we did this? It's a power Photoshop right there, baby. Oops, messed that up. Let's try this again. Nope, too much. Okay, now we can invert, cut, then go in here. Yeah, this is, yeah, piece of cake now. I'll have to fix that one. Nope. Nope. Can only do it with some of them, I guess. There you go. How about wand tool? Yeah, it's not gonna work. But a large majority of the work is already done. You know, I could try a color selection. Whoops, that's not it. Nah, yeah, that wouldn't work. Oh, basically we're gonna get in here, erase stuff we don't care about, like the sky. Or those tiny cables, they're not really gonna notice. Whoops. There we go. So really, like, ideally I would increase the size of my brush for that, but I'm lazy. Let's just take this metal cap off. Boop, boop, boop. And we use the brackets to increase and decrease the size of our brush. Doesn't have to be perfect. Let's give it a sense of presence. Make it look like it belongs there. It's not just a random picture I found. Even though that's what it is, it doesn't have to seem like it. You might be thinking, Austin, you could probably be spending your time better and just go with random boxes on a sky. And yes, I really could be doing that. And I really should be doing that. But here I am. At least we have some nice music to get that we can listen to and get copyright struck for. So if you want to know what the music is, just look in the comments and look at the DMCA or the copyright claims on it. They'll be there. We'll be collecting all my ad revenue. Boop, 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 shoop. I'm using the soft brush here, so there's not, oh no, I'm not. I should, actually, let me rephrase that. I'm using the hard brush because with doing these, corners like this, it's really easy for the soft brush to bleed into the part that I actually want to keep. So I use the hard brush so that I don't take away from the interior part. So, right now you might be saying, this is so tedious. Why am I watching this? And the answer is, I don't really know. You can skip ahead if you want, but this video is my entire prep process from beginning to end. And so you get to see all of it. Every horrid piece of it. Once I'm out of these tiny details, I can start whipping out the bigger brush. Probably a better way to do this, and everybody's like, oh, why are you doing it this way? Don't do it that way, it's so bad. But that's okay. Yes, it's messy. It's the job done. Nope, can't do it that way. Ah, I see what I have to do. I have to disconnect it. I'm sorry, the original artist of this picture, that I'm brutally massacring your work. I hope you'll forgive me. It was beautiful. I just need more of them. Okay, now what I think I can do. Oh no, I've made a terrible mistake. This. Nah. What a waste. Alright. So we block it out in large chunks. Do as much as we can with a big brush. Whoops. Okay. Yeah, I'm being way too picky about this. I just need to get this done. So we can move on to more interesting things, like the narrative. My need for art is going to be the death of me. I hope this set piece is cool enough to warrant the amount of work going into this. Whoops. Whoops. Not being careful enough. I'm not doing those. Whoops. Just take that one off. It looks a little gross. There we go. Over to here. And oh, stop scrolling. Oh, do it here. Yes. That saves me some time. Boop, 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 boop. Sorry, Anchor. Got cut off a little bit. There we go. Down we go. Boop. Alright. Get this off of here. Go. Be gone, Gray. There we go. That's good. Looking good. Looking good. Only got these parts left. Love that. Oops. Ooh, there's a stripe there. Am I actually just hallucinating that? No. Okay, good. Oh man. Thought I was gonna be losing it for a second. Oops. Clean that up. Whoa, what did I just do? Hold up. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, different brush size changes how much is selected. I like that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Boom. Ah, no. So close to being done and saving you all from this torture. I find this part really relaxing. I like doing this, but I know it's not very fun to watch. There. And now, we trim. Ooh, that means that... There. There we go. That's how you do it. So, boom, export. PNG so that it will be transparent. And we're gonna stick it on the desktop here. Huh? Already did that. Okay. There we go. There it is. Shoomp. So, what we're gonna do here, we're gonna find some sky. Pretty sure I already uploaded some of it. That's water. That's an astral sea. There we go. Some nice clouds. Okay, that's not how you do it. You want to be on the map background when you drag in maps because it won't resize them. So we just stick this right up here and go zoop. Oop. There we go. Now we got some nice clouds. Now let's take this image. Oop. Put it right here. Beautiful. Look at that. Love it. Let's make a fleet of these. Yes, they are going to look the same, but... it's a little too much work to make them all unique. Just a tiny bit too much work. This is gonna kind of grossly stretch the clouds. And they won't even be looking at them. They'll be looking at the ships. Actually, this one should be going the other way. It doesn't make sense for it to be going the opposite direction that everything else is. There. Maybe straighten this one out. I'm holding Alt so that they won't snap to grid. Yeah. And now I want all of these. I'm shift clicking to select multiple, and I'm going to send them to the map layer so we get this grid on them. There we go. Now, I think the party will land here, and they'll work their way up. Who am I missing? Cricket. Yeah, my mouse double clicks, so that's why those pop-ups keep coming up. And then I can add and remove them as needed. Okay, so we open up our nifty Kobold Fight Club here, and we look for Gith. And we have 8 level 10s. So they're going to be Githyanki, not Githzerai. And there are going to be some knights. And I think each boat we can treat as an encounter. Ooh, a Gish would be pretty fun. Okay, this dude's definitely the boss. And then slap one of these. Now, we are way over budget. That doesn't matter because the CR system is broken, especially with above 4 players, and especially with the amount of magic items that they have. It's not a good measure of their actual power. So we're gonna go with this for now. Do I have any Gith tokens in here? Let's take a look. Monster tokens. Oh, would you look at that? I actually have a Githyanki token. Now, instead of making separate tokens for every Gith, I'm going to commit a cardinal sin here and use a Githzerai token for a Githyanki. Please don't shoot me. So this will be the Gish. No, this will be the Supreme Commander. And then one of these will be the Warrior, and the Gish I'll just mark with a blue circle. Actually, no, I'll give him a nice, cool, like, magical looking. Yeah, that looks cool. Oh yeah, take away the blue. There. So Warrior, Gish, Supreme Commander. Now we gotta make their character sheets. Unfortunately, Gith are in Mordenkainen's, which I do not own the compendium for. So we are going to have to make these the good old-fashioned way. Let me open up my Mordenkainen's real quick. And find the Gith. I think the Githyanki Warrior is actually in the monster manual. But I think it's copyright, so it won't be in the SR. Yeah. We'll have to look in the actual monster manual for this one then. Or it might be in Volo's? I think it's in the regular monster manual though. It's kind of an iconic D&D monster. Yep, it's in the monster manual. Okay, so we have our Githyanki Warrior. Medium humanoid. Gith. Lawful Evil. Armor class is 17. He's wearing half plate with classic 49 HP. Or you could roll and be 98 plus 9. 30-foot move speed. 15 strength, 14 dex, 12 con, 13 int, 13 wisdom, 10 charisma. Has a con save of 3, int and whiz of 3. Sense. Passive perception of 11. And it speaks Gith. It's a CR3 monster. What? Hold up. Ah! Much better. We don't need a bunch of knights. We use a bunch of warriors. I had a CR filter here. So we can have a bunch of knights. Still be within XP budget. Or a bunch of warriors and stay within it. Like that. I'm just gonna make this a little hard. A little hard. They have the tools. They have a lot of magic items. I have given them too many, you could say. Jump, Misty Tech, non-detection, and Mage Hand. So I don't think I really have to add their, I don't really think I have to make this a casting, NPC, because none of their spells require saving throws or anything. So I don't really have to, so I don't really have to put these in there. So it has multi-attack, which means that the Githyanki can make 2 great sword attacks. Got him. Oh, this thing does quite a bit of psychic damage as well. So it's a great sword. It's an attack, 5-foot reach. To hit is a 4, 1 target, and it hits 2d6 plus 2 slashing plus 2d6 psychic. And there we go. So we'll do this thing where we generate its macros so it makes combat flow a lot smoother. We have our Githyanki warrior here. And we'll give him his cool... I love his hair. Love it. Make him be a Githyanki warrior. Oh, I'd never... Here. And if I reopen this guy... Right there. Yep. So it's got a 17 and then a 49. Boop. Got him. And now here's what we do to speed up this process. We go here, we duplicate him, grab his copy, remove the token reference, and go to town 205. We'll make the Gish. No, the Knight. Oh, this is a warrior, and this is a Gish. Oh god, that's a wide Gish. That's the Gish. We're gonna need a Knight token. I like that. Okay, so this is the Knight. So we're gonna have to find the Githyanki Knight, which is in the monster manual. So what we do here, change this to Knight. This stays the same. Its AC is an actual plate. Its hit points are 91 or a 14d8 plus 28. Speed is still 30 feet. However, its strength goes up, as does its con, so does its intelligence, wisdom, and its charisma. Con is 5, int is 5, wisdom's 5. Passive perception goes up by 1. CR 8. Okay. So, it has different innate spellcasting. It can do telekinesis. How's that? Wow. There we go. I like the... Cool. And then, it's multi-attack. Okay, now this time it has a silver greatsword. Big deal. Deals 9 damage to hit. Yeah, I'm really glad I didn't make an army of these guys. This would have been absolutely brutal. 3d6 psychic. Ah, and it can cut their silver cord. That would be very unfortunate for them if they were astrally projecting. But they're not. So, change this from copy of to a knight. Assign this to the Githyanki Knight. Come on. So it's got an 18, and then a 91, and a 91. And then we'll make sure to assign that token. There we go. Man, gifts are just so iconic. I want to have one in here. Oh, but it has a lot of spells, and I'm kind of running low on time. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, it's a real tragedy. I'll put more warriors. 16's a little much. We'll see what it looks like. Okay, now we'll do the commander. This guy. So this guy has spells, but not as many. So I'll duplicate this knight. Where'd he go? There he is. Put him on up here. Open him up. Oh, whoops. Don't want to zoom that in. Just want to do that. Supreme Commander. He has a different portrait, though. Yes, I know this is gross. Using a Githzerai portrait for a Githyanki. 18 still has plate, but it has a lot more HP. I don't know why I put in the hit dice here. There's no reason for me to, but whatever. It is much stronger. 18 con, int of 16, wisdom of 16, and charisma of 18. Yes, this guy is very strong. 9, 8, 8. It is good at insight, intimidation, and perception. So its passive perception would be 8 because it's 10 plus its perception. It's a CR 14. We're going to have a look at its innate spellcasting. So in this case, I think I will have it be a spellcasting NPC. Intelligence. Level doesn't really matter. And then we'll add them here. Okay, oh, it also has reactions. And legendary actions. Ooh boy. I like this. This is my kind of creature here. Okay, has 3 legendary actions. I like this a lot. I think this is parry. Yep. Adds 5 to its AC. Woohoo! I like this. Silver Greatsword. Okay, he's a little better at this. Just a little bit. Plus 5d6 psychic damage. Brutal. An average of 31 damage. Man. Oh, you know what? I think I messed up with the knight. I think I didn't increase his greatsword damage bonus. Yeah, it should be 2d6 plus 6. Yeah, okay. Silver greatsword. And then he gets his legendary actions. Whoops, that's not where a legendary action goes. There you go, done. Okay, so attack. 2 actions. Wow, who would have thought? And this one's really straightforward. Okay, it also knows Command Ally. Wow, that's really strong. And teleport. Whoops. Whoops. There we go. Why is teleports? How is this not a word? Google, you're crazy. Oh, I didn't put the action cost here. Oh. I guess it's only one action. I'll write it down anyway, though. There we go. Okay, now what spells? Shoop. Boop. Boop. Okay, it's gonna need Mage Hand. That's at will. 3 per day. Jump. Levitate. Crisella's not gonna like that. Misty Step. And non-detection. That's a good one. And then Big B's Hand, which in this is Arcane Hand. Mass Suggestion, Plane Shift, and Telekinesis. Three a day, 1 a day. At will. Cool. So, let's get rid of these. Redo them. Because he has different actions. Oh no, I didn't have to do that. Wow, I'm dumb. That's fine. So, Gdanki, Supreme Commander. This guy's gonna be a problem. This guy's awesome, though. Not this one. This one. And he's gonna be on the last one. Or he might be, like, harassing them. Like... No, he's melee. He'll be up here. Huh? Did this one not get sent back? So he's up here. He's gonna have some knights with him, protecting him. This one's gonna have a few warriors. They're only CR3, so they're gonna get cut down really fast. I'm gonna have to be super fast with my turns to keep this from bogging down. So that's 5. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And I think these ships will have ballistae on them. So let's just do this. We'll just do this. Is there a good, like, ballista? I spelled it wrong. ballista. I want a transparent one. These are premium. That would be nice to use, but yeah. Oh, it's transparent. Cool. So I'll just put this right there. Call this a Gith ballista. And then make this a macro. So whenever a ballista shoots them, I can click on this guy, click ballista, and it'll shoot them. Just a really nice ease of use thing. I'll put these on every ship. The party can even use this one if they want. I think only one ballista per ship. So yeah, this will be a challenging fight against all these Gith. They're gonna have to make their way over. All the while, these guys are gonna be bombarding them with ballista bolts. And the reason that the rest of Crucella's dad's forces aren't messing with them is because there's gonna be Gith on the land as well, fighting there. So yeah, got that going. Okay, so let's get an explanation here. Get the tack. So, an air elemental whooshes up to Crucella's dad and says something. Huge Gith fleet materializes above and starts raining ballista bolts onto the city. Crucella's dad asks them to help and says that he will owe them. So how are they gonna get all the way up to the fleet? Well, he's a genie, like a wind dude, so he's just gonna go and just shoot them up onto the thing, unless the party wants to waste spell slots flying and all that good stuff. He will launch them up to the ships. Kill their supreme commander. So yeah, I expect that to be a while. Sorry, I had to schedule a time for the session to actually start. That would be helpful. So, we have this done, infiltrate the church next. Honestly, between the duel and the Gith fight, I don't know. I know a way that other things that we can do. So a little birdie told me that that Sol Desra and Talon's excellent adventure may be on the agenda, which means so Sol Desra knows teleportation circles. Sol and Tal's excellent adventure. So he knows some teleportation circles, which I have listed here. So one goes to Eden's Kingdom, one goes to the Mercier Estates study, and the other goes to, I don't know. So let's figure those out. So one goes to Garathia, of course. One goes to Eden's Kingdom. One goes to whatever, we'll figure that out. So the Karathia one. It's in the House of Desra. Sister prowls the maze like always. They won't want to go there. One goes to Edom's Kingdom, so there's Tritons that threaten them. Oh, well, first of all, they'd find themselves underwater. Tritons threaten them with tridents. I think it's Chrysella. I think it's Eden's sister? No, just a new priestess. I'm getting that mixed up with Zealoth. A priestess walks up and commands them to leave or face the consequences. Okay. Now where does the other one go to? Okay, there's a way that I can compact some things. It goes to the Silent Valley. So I know what the Silent Valley looks like. It's a verdant valley filled with crumbling stone ruins. There are remnants of small camps among the ruins with skeletons in them. There are also large stone statues of giants in various poses, who have turned to stone. They have turned to stone because of the curse upon the land. Talent can hear them crying out for their king to release them. And that's all they say. Eventually, the infrastructure begins to appear. Crumbling roads and aqueducts. What? Oh, aqueducts. A city appears in the distance. Now I hope they'll just leave after they see this. Hopefully. I really hope they won't push this, because I don't know what the curse is yet. Yeah. And I want more time to think about it. I got something on my monitor. There we go. So, that will be a thing. He also, Soul wants to... Broker. Oh, before they leave, once they fight off the Gith, Kazo allows them to wander his little town. There is a magic item, and like exotic cloth, ore, materials, food, etc. Nothing magical, I guess, with inherent like beneficial magical abilities, but it's definitely exotic. Okay, so the broker. This is going to be Gringer Malik's, this guy. They've met him before, they know he's a broker. Whoops. Shows up. Oh, what's the ritual to contact them? Where is the brokers here? Not that. Oh, come on. Have them in here somewhere. And this one? No. This one? No. Where are they? Okay. Well, I had them in here somewhere. Yeah. Interesting. Oh well. So, how do you contact one? There we go. This is it. This is it. Kingdom in the North. They're the brokers. They'll trade in anything to everything. Buy and sell everything. One can summon a broker through a complicated set of rituals that very few know about. I think instead of him having to learn what the ritual is, one will find him just by knowing his desire to meet one. But what is he selling? I can make this up. Why? Not bad. No, what would he give them in return? He'd probably give them... I don't want to make this up. Knowledge. Probably more memories of, her. Maybe he would give them... Oh, a distilled color that you can't describe. Like it's a color that's not any of the colors that we know. And so it's literally impossible to describe it because you would describe it in relation to other colors. Unlike any other that you can't describe. It's in a bottle. What else would he sell? Oh, the deepest secret of a long forgotten king. The secret is he knew his advisor was plotting to overthrow him, but let him do it because he was convinced that he was a bad king and needed replaced. Getting some imposter syndrome going on. Trade goods that he's gonna sell. A branch of the legendary Utani tree. It's a sacred tree whose branches are said to extend one's life if consumed. So it will actually extend someone's life by 100 years. So this is a big deal. He's also going to sell... Oh, what if it was like a weapon with historical significance? The blade that started the War of Titans. Second Age ending war. Or maybe it was a gun. I think it's a gun. That would be more Second Age. Well, it's an intricate revolver with 4 barrels. It doesn't work. Like, you can't find bullets to fit this thing. You would have to make them yourself. No bullets. None can be found. Have to custom make them. Okay. How about one more thing? What's another, like, cool thing that a broker would carry around? Like an emotion, a memory, an abstract concept. Oh, what if he sells ideas for like inventions? Oh, what if he sells inspiration? Bottled inspiration. that would, like, if you're on the verge of a discovery or something, and you drink it, it would give you that extra push. He has 4 bottles of it. Limit 1 per customer. And I think he'll offer to sell a partial deck of many things, because you gotta have it. So this is kind of bare bones compared to what we did over here, but there's a lot less going on here because there's 2 big combats. And they're probably gonna talk and plan, so we need to give them time to do that. So, here's the plan for tonight's session. Session 19, starting at 8:30. They're going to meet Chrysella's mom and dad and fight some Gith. Chrysella's gonna 1v1 a cloud giant. There's gonna be an excellent adventure. They're gonna meet a broker. They're gonna interrogate some corpses, probably plan their next move. All sorts of stuff. I don't think I have to plan infiltrating the church because I really don't think that they'll get to it. And if they do want to do that, I'll just say, you know what, sorry, didn't plan for that. If they, you know, like, steamroll this Gith attack, which they really shouldn't. This should prove to be a hard fight. Like, I want them to have to... This will be the first time they go against an extra planner entity. And I want it to be, like, challenging. Like, they think they're really powerful right now. They're coming off of a big victory. And, you know, sometimes you just gotta remind them of their place in the universe. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. So you can look forward to seeing that video later today, and thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.